Eamon, thanks again for giving us the time for the interview. So, firstly, the Manchester Derby is on this weekend. Is it more important to win the game or avoid defeat?
Well, I think in Manchester United's case, they never think about avoiding defeat. They always go out to win every match, and I think they'll go out all guns blazing, wanting to win the game. For City, I think the stakes are higher because they were so disappointing in Europe. Mancini's under pressure. I think it's a very, very big game for them, bigger than it is for United. Also, United are a couple of points ahead of them in the table. So I think in United's case, the question of avoiding defeat never arises. They go out and go for their win. And I think that's the right way to approach every game. So avoiding defeat, if United were to win, it would open up a big gap and put Mancini under severe pressure. So I think from Mancini's perspective, getting some kind of result is more important. But it's not really a big issue.
Next, Harry Redknapp has got teams out of relegation trouble before, but has he bitten off more than he can chew at QPR?
Probably. The league table, as it looks at the moment, makes it very difficult for QPR. There's a big gap between them and the other clubs in the relegation zone. That's the bad news. The good news is he's plenty of time. He's got the January transfer window to bring some players in, and I would say that's the most important factor, the time element. He's got a lot of games to go, and if you pick up, 2 or 3 good results, you're back with the pack, and the morale is boosted. And morale is huge at that end of the table when you're in a relegation dogfight. There are other clubs who I think will be there. Wigan clearly will be there, but I think Reading will still be there, despite the fact that they've given some good performances recently. I think Villa will get out of it, but not by much. So from Harry's point of view, it's a question of looking at the table and thinking, well, who could be in it? Reading, yes. Wigan, yes. But Norwich and Swansea, both clubs would have been fancied to be in the relegation battle, and they're well clear of it at the moment and playing well. So I would say Harry would think this is a pretty desperate situation, and perhaps this time even he can produce a miracle.
And finally, this week's tips.
Right, the tips this week. My big fancy this week, I fancy Manchester United to beat City. They're 5-2, which is a great price. The City are in rag order at the moment. The morale is low. There is a question about United's defence and getting their best players on the pitch. Vidic apparently won't be fit, but Jones and Smalling are fit now, which means they'll should have good strong defenders. And with Van Persie, Rooney and Kagawa, who apparently is ready to play again, United should be good to go up front. So I fancy United. That's my main bet. United to beat City. That's the Sunday lunchtime match. 3 draws. I'd be very, very optimistic about the first one. Aston Villa at home to Stoke. I think that's going to be really, really tight. Villa don't have a lot of firepower. Don't score many goals. Stoke will go there looking for their draw in the first instance. So I think that's highly likely to be a draw. The other match I think is likely to be a draw is Wigan at home to QPR. This is a relegation dogfight. Harry's team got a draw at home last week. They'll be looking to give nothing away, and I think Wigan got a hiding at Newcastle, got some players injured, so I think there's a good chance that game will be a draw as well. And West Ham and Liverpool on Sunday. That's the 4 o'clock game on Sunday. West Ham really aren't prolific goal scorers, to say the least, and Suarez will be missing. He's suspended for Liverpool, which means they don't have a recognised centre forward. So that match is highly likely to be a draw as well. I really fancy the draws this week. 3 doubles and a treble. Stoke Villa, Wigan QPR, West Ham Liverpool.
Eamon, thanks again for your time.
My pleasure.